So what if I told you that one of the smartest ways to boost your company's profits is to actually pay your employees more? Yeah, I know, it sounds totally backward, but today we're going to break down a really powerful strategy called the efficiency wage. We'll see how sometimes deliberately overpaying your most critical people can make your entire business stronger and, believe it or not, richer.
Okay, so let's just dive right into this, because it really does seem to fly in the face of, Business 101. But there is some seriously clever logic behind it. And to really get it, we're not starting in some fancy boardroom. Nope, we're starting on a banana farm, run by a very, very smart monkey.
All right, so meet King Monkey. He owns this amazing banana farm, and he's got a vault that's just overflowing with the good stuff. But he's got a problem, a big one. The security guards he hired to protect the bananas, they're stealing from him every night. And he realizes the real cost isn't what he's paying them, it's the constant, hidden loss that's eating away at his bottom line.
And this is where we see the real problem with just paying the going rate. King Monkey pays his guards 5 leaves a day, which is standard. But what does that get him? He gets bored guards who couldn't care less. They know if they get caught and fired, they can walk down the road and get the exact same job for the exact same pay. So there's no loyalty. The result? They help themselves to 3 bananas every single night. That adds up to a staggering 300 stolen bananas every month. Now, facing this, King Monkey could have done the obvious stuff, right? Install more locks, hire supervisors, you know the drill. But instead, he does something completely unexpected. He decides to pay them more. A lot more. And in doing so, he basically discovers this incredible economic idea.
And that idea is called the efficiency wage. The theory is pretty simple, but it's powerful. It says you can actually make your company more profitable by paying your people a wage that's higher than what the market says you have to. Why? Because you're not just buying their time anymore. You're buying their loyalty, their best effort, their honesty, things you just can't get at the bargain bin price.
So here's King Monkey's genius plan. It's basically a 3-step psychological flip. First, he doubles their salary to 10 leaves a day. All of a sudden, this isn't just another job. It's a golden job. It's the best gig in the entire jungle. And that creates a powerful new emotion, fear. The fear of losing this amazing paycheck and having to go back to a boring 5-leaf job is a huge motivator. And just like that, the guards stop slacking off, and more importantly, they stop stealing.
Okay, so let's look at the actual numbers here. On one hand, yes, King Monkey's payroll costs just went up. He's spending an extra 150 leaves every single month on these higher wages. If you just look at that, it looks like he's losing money.
But what did he get for that investment? The stealing has completely stopped. That means he's saving 300 bananas that were basically just walking out the door every month before.
And when you put it all together on a chart like this, the math is it's undeniable. That 150-leaf investment in higher pay brought back 300 bananas in savings. That's a net profit of 150. The farm is now more profitable than ever before. King Monkey learned a lesson we all need to hear. Sometimes, overpaying someone is actually cheaper than dealing with the cost of their disloyalty.
Look, this is a great little story, but it's not just about monkeys and bananas, obviously. This simple parable actually explains a dynamic that plays out in some of the most complex and, frankly, most dangerous organizations on the entire planet.
So now we're going to leave the quiet banana farm and step into the world of a billion-dollar criminal organization. This is a place where a lack of loyalty doesn't just cost you money, it can cost you your life.
This is an actual quote from a cartel leader. And listen to what he's saying. He's not talking about his toughest soldier or his top enforcer. No, he's talking about his accountant. And that one sentence tells you everything you need to know about where the real power, the truly irreplaceable value is in that entire operation. Think about what this accountant does. He takes literal mountains of cash. So much cash it just sits there rotting in warehouses, and he makes it real. He weaves this incredibly complex web of shell companies and fake businesses, shuffling money through dozens of countries until it comes back clean and usable. See, for these guys, making the money isn't the hard part. The hard part is being able to spend it. Without this one guy, all those billions are just useless paper.
So what on earth does a monkey farmer have in common with a cartel boss? Well, when it comes to human resources, everything. The fundamental logic they both use to protect their most valuable asset is exactly the same. It's a masterclass in how to identify and, more importantly, how to retain the one person you absolutely cannot afford to lose.
When you lay it out side by side like this, it's kind of shocking how similar they are. For King Monkey, the asset is bananas, the key person is the guard, and the big threat is theft. For the cartel, the asset is billions in cash, the key person is the accountant, and the threat is betrayal that leads straight to a life sentence. And in both cases, the solution is identical. Pay them so much, give them so much status that they would never, ever dream of leaving or turning on you.
Okay, so this is the part where we bring it all home. For any manager, any team lead, any CEO watching this, the real trick is to take this way of thinking and apply it to your own company. So I want you to ask yourself, right now, who are those people? And don't just look at the org chart. It might not be your vice president. It might be that senior engineer who's the only one who understands the old legacy code that your entire platform is built on. It might be the account manager who has a personal relationship with your biggest client. Or it could be the quiet sysadmin who knows how every single piece of your digital infrastructure is wired together.
And this, right here, is the absolute key takeaway from all of this. You have to stop calculating their value based on the market rate for their job title. That's the wrong number. The right number is the total catastrophic cost of their absence. What would happen to your business, to your revenue, your morale, your operations, if that person walked out the door tomorrow? That number, that's their real value.
So I'm going to leave you with this one last question to think about. Who in your organization is worth way more than you're currently paying them? Go find those people, the ones whose departure would be a 5-alarm fire, and make sure you are paying them in a way that makes the idea of leaving absolutely terrifying to them. Because doing that, well, it isn't just being generous. It's one of the sharpest, most profitable financial decisions you can make for the future of your entire company.